It's conversation.
Conversation.
Right, a very good morning, and we are still very much on to Oluyole 98.5 FM on the stables of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. We welcome you to Conversation this Wednesday morning, the 5th day in the month of November 2025. And in case you are tuning into the program for the very first time, Conversation here is where we bring you stories making the major headlines in the dailies. We do our best to give you top-notch analysis. In due course, we get to open the phone lines. We invite you to be a part of the flow of our little talk shop, where we together we try to discern, we try to understand and make sense of those events unfolding around our country, our nation, and our world, as reported by the dailies as major headlines. And that's what we do on Conversation. Mondays to Saturdays, except Sundays, we are here. Our thoughts, views, and opinions, what we will be sharing with you as presenters and analysts, not the corporate views of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. And that's why the program is called Conversation. We are networking on Oluyole FM, that's 6.3, our sister station in Alaga, in the Oluyole of the state, Agility FM, Gambari, Ogbomoso, on the 92.1 FM dial. No one beats our reach. All over these great states, we are there. Beyond your state, we are there, and beyond the shores of Nigeria. Just latch on via the social media platform, Facebook precisely, and you are on to Conversation. Once again, wherever you are listening across the world, you are welcome. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for joining us on the program this morning. Conversation is a program, and like Tola has said, all over the world, you will meet us there. Stories making the rounds. Yes.
Right. Yet another update on PDP crisis. Well, I do not know, Bimbo. This looks somewhat like a conflicting court order here.
Yes.
Court orders PDP Damagum to proceed with November 15, 16 convention. Well, the same Damagum that some people have said that they have suspended.
Yes.
And then we have the riders. Court also directs INEC to attend monitor proceedings. North Central meeting splits over resolution to back Damagum. So I wonder who INEC is going to obey now, the Federal High Court or the Oyo State High Court that gave this latest ruling. Justice Ladima Akitara of the Oyo State High Court, sitting in Ibadan, has ordered the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to proceed with its scheduled convention stated for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan. Now, Justice Akitola gave the order while ruling on an ex parte motion brought before the court by Folahon Malomo Adelabi, who sued as the claimant. Defendants in the case include the PDP, its acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Ilia Damagum, for himself, and members of the party's National Working Committee, NWC, and National Executive Committee, NEC. The governor of Adamawa State, Hamadu Umaru Fintiri, for himself, and members of the National Convention Organizing Committee and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Now, Justice Akintola, in his ruling, granted all the interim orders sought by the claimants, restraining the defendants or their agents from truncating or frustrating the conduct of the party's scheduled national convention. The party also directed the PDP leadership to adhere strictly to the guidelines, timetable, and schedule of activities earlier released from for the convention. Apart from these, the court ordered the party and the relevant committees to hold, conduct, and convene the elective national convention as planned in Ibadan, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The judge also directed INEC to attend, monitor, and observe the conduct of the convention in line with the Electoral Act.
Well, Tola, I am always saying that this is a grand plan by the Grand Master Planner, that is Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. You know, now he has reacted to this ruling by an Oyo State High Court. He is saying he dismissed Tuesday's ruling of an Oyo State High Court approving People's Democratic Party's proposed national convention scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, November 15 and 16, 2025 in Ibadan. And, well, Justice Ladino Akintola granted the ex parte motion filed on Monday by Folarin Adelabi in a suit, like you said, and adjourned the case to November 10, 2025 for hearing of the motion on notice. And the Oyo State order, yes, let me just go through this. The Oyo State order contradicts last Friday's judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which restrained the PDP from holding the convention. So I don't know which one is higher. Is it the Federal High Court or the Oyo State Federal? Yes, or the Oyo State High Court. I don't really understand.
Well,
that,
I don't know. The lawyers must begin to interpret this, and they must be able to tell us which of the court orders, which of the judgments would subsist in this particular case. Well, it also says here that this court order says the move came after the Damagun-led National Working Committee also earlier on Saturday suspended Ayawu and 3 others for 1 month for alleged anti-party activities. And but reacting to the development on Tuesday, the Forum of Ex-Officio criticized the Ayawu group for its action, describing it as embarrassing. The forum described the incident, which included the destruction of press equipment, the harassment of journalists, a violent attack on workers of the Secretariat, and the purported suspension of Damagun, the Deputy National Chairman South, Ambassador Taufik Arapaja, and other loyal party leaders as an affront to democratic tenets. And the Royal PDP leadership has also reacted. The leadership of PDP in Oyo State has lauded the state High Court ruling on ex parte motion legitimizing the party's national convention stated for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan. Now, the state chairman of the party, Dayo Ogungbinro, in an interview with newsmen at the party secretariat in Ibadan on Tuesday, described it as a victory for democracy and a welcome relief for party members across the country. Well, but my fears and reservations now, assuming that the convention does go ahead as planned, and well, maybe the faction of the PDP that is well disposed to the convention does have its way, and they go into elections in this situation in this state. Now, like I said, we don't know eventually which of these court judgments would subsist. But my fear, assuming that they do have their way, I mean the faction well disposed to the polls, to the convention, like I said, and they go to the polls like this, I fear that what happened in Zamfara the other time, Bimbo, when every elected official, I mean this kind of scenario also played out, and there was a ruling that their convention, their elective convention, was not properly done in consonance with electoral laws. And well, a court eventually ruled that every elected official from Zamfara, right from the National Assembly to the State Assembly, the governor and his deputy, that everyone should be sacked and removed. Yes, the people voted for them, they won. But at the end of the day, because things were not properly done right from the start, well, according to the courts, they were sacked. And a somewhat close similar scenario seems to be playing out here.
Yes.
But then, depending on which of these court judgments will subsist, like I said.
Well, I believe the assistant publicity secretary of the PDP came on my program on TV yesterday. Yes. And he said they will settle this matter themselves, between themselves.
Well,
yes,
I hope so.
Yes, he said it, because I said, as we are viewing things now, it seems that PDP is sinking, but he said PDP is not sinking. There are people still on that ship that you always say that they will still make the ship to be afloat and reach their destination.
Well, not sinking, but maybe it's drifting.
Maybe, drifting by the winds. the winds might be, making the ship to drift.
And maybe those that are supposed to be at the rudder are still busy arguing with themselves.
Yes, but he said everything will be okay, everything will be on the right path before 2027. That was what the Assistant Publicity Secretary told me on my program yesterday.
He's talking about 2027. He's not talking about before the convention date.
No, even before the convention date. He talked about it too. He said everything will be put in order.
Yeah, the power of positive thinking.
Yes.
But now, I think, like I was saying, if that convention does go ahead, I think the first danger signal with the PDP must not ignore would be if INEC is not at that convention. Let's assume it's going to hold.
Yes, but another court has ruled now that INEC must be present at that convention.
But then if they are not there, that is a danger signal for the PDP.
Yes,
that
for the
would be a danger
PDP.
signal.
Yes, and then because the court, the Federal High Court in Abuja, had said INEC should not recognize the convention coming up in Ibadan earlier. So,
well, I do not know, Bimbo. The judiciary seems to be a problem here.
Yes.
Wait and see, Bimbo. And not central meeting split over resolution to back Damagum. Majority back national chairman and PDP youth leaders embrace Abdul Rahman.
And yes, like I said earlier, Nyesom Wike, the Grand Master Planner, has kicked as Oyo court lifts PDP convention ban.
But he's also a lawyer. Is he giving us any idea as to which of the judgments should subsist? Is it the earlier one or the latter one?
No, he will not. No, he did not. He will not say it because he is part of those people, part of the group, part of the cabal that did not want that does not want the convention to hold.
Yes, but I'm talking about him being a professional.
Yes, he will not say it.
He must know. We are confused now.
Yes, he knows.
We are confused as well as ordinary Nigerians. So if you go to educate us and tell us what should happen in this kind of scenario, we do not know because we are not lawyers. We are ordinary Nigerians, and we are confused.
He did not say anything concerning that, and well, I know he knows what is right, and
what is right, Bimbo?
Well, we don't know what is right.
That's the question. Away from that now, updates on our struggle with Baba at the White House. Trump's threat: China, EU, ECOWAS back Nigeria. Where we have refused to talk tough, the Chinese, the EU, and ECOWAS are talking tough on our behalf, and where we have gone a pleading, thinking that this man at the White House has every right to bully us. We have the riders. We will emerge stronger, says federal government. President Tinubu declares state of emergency on security institutions, and they should, because that's what led to all this in the first place. If we had also done the needful, someone would not be using this excuse of religion or Christian genocide or insecurity in our country to say he wants to come and bully us. And even if he wants to help us, people, like I've always repeated, any help he would render must be in consonance and collaboration with the Nigerian government. Not that he will be coming. It sounds as if he's coming to unseat the government, a government that has not done well to protect its own people, and that wants to take over that role. But then we all know what this is all about. It's more about economic interest, not that he loves us that much. Now, we oppose using religion as an excuse to interfere in other countries' internal affairs. That's coming from the Chinese. And Nigeria's violence driven by multiple factors, and that's come from the European Union. And no religious genocide in West Africa, that's coming from ECOWAS. And support Nigeria's fight against insurgency, Abdul Salami tells US. And that is what they should be doing. And if indeed, like I said, they want to help us, they should offer their assistance and give us more weapons to fight these people.
Yes.
And the same way they have insisted on monitoring the looted funds that they are returning to us in bits and pieces. The same way they have insisted that they have to tell us what to do with it. So if they sell weapons to us or if they give us weapons, they should also monitor how we use those weapons.
Yes.
So instead of saying that they are coming here to bully us or threatening what seems to sound like they are coming to unseat the government, they should actually come and help monitor how we use whatever help they give us, how we work against them, these terrorists. That would sound much better to me than someone sitting in the Oval Office and saying that he's coming to bring the Marines to
come to Nigeria and bring action, alleged action. And one war secretary was now talking. War secretary. Imagine, it is just, disturbing. So they want to come and overtake Nigeria.
But like I said, Bimbo, that's not going to happen. They won't come. What they would do is to set us against ourselves, like I said yesterday. They will make us start fighting ourselves on the basis of along religious lines. Already, religion already very sensitive in Nigeria, and so the further move of that sentiment. And when we are done killing ourselves and we have almost killed ourselves to the point that maybe there's almost no one left, then they will come in under the excuse of wanting to protect their interests.
Yes.
So they will turn us into Libya, they will turn us into Syria, they will turn us into Afghanistan,
to Iraq, turn us into Iraq.
And of course, don't be surprised, Bimbo. Their intervention might not actually be in those places where there is trouble. You just find them going to the places where there is an economic interest, where the oil is. And then so you just find that that's where they will be going. And you'll be wondering, Shebi, you said you wanted to come and
defend us.
Defend us from the marauders and all that. So, well, I'm glad that the rest of the world is not looking away this time around.
This time around, yes.
And one wants to take on the rest of the world, let him go ahead.
Yes, that particular lawmaker that mentioned that Nigerian Christians were being killed, he is talking again. The United States lawmaker Riley Moore criticized China. China as is backing Nigeria now. He has criticized China for warning Washington against a proposed military action in Nigeria over alleged genocide against Christians, insisting that Beijing will not dictate America's foreign policy. So that means he is backing a military action over Nigeria. But
the Americans have a right to dictate to other nations. What they should do and what they should not do, and they have a right to come into to threaten the government of a sovereign nation to utter nonsense.
Yes, I don't think this guy, this lawmaker, is a serious person. He's not a serious person. He's just there, just talking anyhow as he feels, and he has not done his research. He has not made his researches before he has begun to talk.
Well, they know what they are doing. It's just a tool.
It's a tool, yes, and one loan
for the bigger interest.
Yes. In a post shared on his X handle on Tuesday, Moore expressed support for U.S. President Donald Trump's position on defending Christians in Nigeria. Maybe he wants to become U.S. president in future.
And well, the Chinese also have their own interest, and that interest has increased over time, especially under the previous administration. Yes. And China's interest in Nigeria actually grew because they've been coming to invest where the Chinese, they would dare where others fear to tread.
Yes, and they've been doing very well. Yes, very well.
And while other nations, other developed nations are stressing that insecurity is driving them away. The Chinese,
They are there.
They are there. Although, of course, they have also been exploitative in nature. Their citizens have also been doing some untoward things, but at least they are here. And they have, like I said, they have their interests here, which they would also want to protect. And then the Americans now, of course, they know how to play the game. They know what the game is all about. The Chinese know what the game is all about. And they know it's not really about any Christian genocide. It's about economic interest. So they would also stand up to protect their interest in Nigeria. And that is why they are warning, they are standing up to the Americans now and warning them to back off. And then let peace be still. And then let Nigerians solve their own problems. They should wait to be invited to help us solve this problem, if indeed they feel there is a problem. Yes, I know there is a problem, but not the kind of problem, not the kind of picture they are trying to paint. Like I've said again and again, crime has no religion.
Yes.
The people perpetrating these acts do not care if you are a Muslim or a Christian. People are being killed in the same propensity, if not more, in northeast Nigeria. They are, as they are being killed in Benue and Plateau states. And the problems of each region are peculiar as to what is motivating and causing these killings. Like I said, it doesn't have a religious face. Crime is crime.
Yes.
And crime has no religion.
Yes. And people perpetrating the crimes are criminals.
And we've had just as we heard stories of church attacks, so also we had many stories of mosques being attacked.
Yes.
Or being attacked. So while Mr. Riley Moore is only seeing the attacks on churches, he's only seeing the attacks on Christians. He doesn't see thousands of Muslims also being killed, all over the country. He doesn't see that. He's only a Christian, and that is enough for him, for his government to want to unseat another government. Because that is what it sounds like to me. But DSS dismisses 115 personnel. Oh, what did they do? Okay, let's see. 115, that's a whooping lot.
DSS.
The DSS.
Dismissing. Wow.
And they are warning the public against impostors. Well, they know that's very likely to happen now. Another 115 people have lost their jobs and they have to survive. So, well, the Department of State Services, DSS, has dismissed a total of 115 personnel as part of its ongoing internal reforms aimed at strengthening professionalism and integrity within the service. In a statement posted on its official X handle at official DSS NG, the service said the dismissals took place over a period of time and were part of broader efforts to sanitize its ranks. The service also cautioned members of the public against dealing with individuals who have been dismissed, but continue to pose as active operatives. It said, in addition to earlier disclaimers, on the duo of Barry Donald and Victor Onyedikachi Godwin, the service found it necessary to warn citizens of the fraudulent activities of some of these persons still posing as DSS personnel, and the agency urged the public to verify the identity of anyone claiming to be a DSS operative before engaging in any official dealings, and further added that the names of all dismissed personnel have been published on the service's official website www.dss.gov.ng for reference and transparency. Well, it doesn't say what they did, but from what I'm reading there, it appears that they were actually dismissed. No, it's not as if they were laid off through as part of any restructuring exercise. They were laid off because they did wrong.
Yes.
From what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
It's dismissal.
And now, how does Nigerians, how would they know the dismissed DSS officials? Number two, the website that you mentioned. How many people have access to that website to know their names and pictures? But the particular one is, how would they recognize that these people are no longer in the services of the DSS? Because I'm sure they will still have ID cards. They will still have their jackets.
They would have retrieved all that from them.
Yes, okay. What if
the DSS?
Okay, what
they go and make fake ones?
That is what I'm saying. And how many people will recognize the fake ones from the original ones.
But then one thing is, the DSS is not an organization that you actually deal with routinely every day, unless you are involved in matters of state and maybe in a criminal way and issues of state. So it's not like the police that you might be interacting with or seeing every day. So probably you might not even have any reason to it unless they deliberately come to you and they target you for the purpose of defrauding. So cases of fraud involving these dismissed ones might be few and far between. Like I said, the DSS, it's a secret police, so it's not likely that. And again, there are some things. Well, if one is on the learned side, there are some things that they would do and say that you would be, that you also would ask yourself that, okay, should this be the purview of the DSS? Should you be doing this? But then, like you said, a lot of people might actually be ignorant. And they might not know that they should ask questions when the activities of these ones begin to look suspicious. For instance, I'm involved in struggle over land with someone, assuming I'm involved in struggle over landed property with someone now, and all of a sudden somebody comes and says it's from DSS. And so, of course, I would know that
it might not be only one, maybe two or three of them.
So I would first of all ask that is this supposed to be your area? Or is it supposed to be your purview?
Then
land matters.
Then actually identify yourself, your ID cards. Now, I have this one here talking about petrol. Nigerians are in for hard times. That is what I am seeing here. Now, Nigerians will pay an additional amount of about 1 trillion naira. That is about 973.6 billion naira, yes, close to 1 trillion naira, annually on petrol imports, following the federal government's planned introduction of that 15% import tariff that we mentioned some days ago on premium motor spirits, also known as petrol. Yes, a price analysis conducted by The Punch has shown, yes, it is an analysis conducted by The Punch. We will talk about that after this time out. Please stay with us.
èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. onílọ àbò tó péye. máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. níbikíbi tó bá wà ló fún ojúlówó. bóyá sọ pé. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. mọ́bí ní ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. onílọ àbò tó péye. máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. níbikíbi tó bá wà ló fún ojúlówó. bóyá sọ pé. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. mobile ní ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
TS Charity ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS event grand, òun lè máa bọ̀. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ. èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe BCOS event grand, òun lè máa bọ̀ o. bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò. ilé akéde. bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò. BCOS event grand. BCOS event grand, débi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú. àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ, ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS event grand, ìyẹn nílé akéde. oríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn BCOS event ground òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀ o. ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé fónírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yin bá fẹ́ ṣe ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó BCOS event ground òun ló kájú ẹ̀ òun ló káàtó. ṣókùn àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni tàbí gbéyàwó tàbí birthday tàbí open year crusade ó sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni ẹ máa bọ̀. ẹ̀yin sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS ilé akéde tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300 BCOS event grant ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
All right, we're back, and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Yes, still talking about the petroleum sector now. I read a story now that Nigerians will pay an additional amount of 973.6 billion naira annually on petrol imports following the federal government's planned introduction of a 15% import tariff on petrol. A analysis that was conducted by the Punch, and according to a petrol import trend report obtained from the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, it revealed that Nigeria imported an average of 26.75 million liters of petrol daily between January and September 2025, and at a projected import tariff rate of 99 naira 72 kobo per liter, as stated in the presidential approval letter for the 15% tariff. The amount that will be spent as tariff for the 26.75 million liters will be about 2.67 billion naira daily.
Well, but you know, the pains from this 15% import duty hike on refined petroleum products would last just but a little while, and in truth could actually be a step forward in the long run to the much anticipated better times. But if and only if we would do the needful as a nation, and the low refineries do not remain sick and ailing, you know, for this measure on the part of the government to actually work as they want it to, or as we all want it to, the local refineries must work.
Yes.
The purpose is to encourage local refining of petroleum products, and this is what the Americans are not happy with. I told you but there was an analysis that perhaps this is exactly why they are now whipping up this sentiment about Christian genocide, to give them an excuse.
They prefer bringing petrol from their side.
Of course, they are the biggest exporters of those refined petroleum products. That they take the crude from us, they refine it, and then they sell it back to us at huge and exorbitant rates. And of course, they want this to continue. Also, the battles, the long-running battles against Dangote refinery must also stop. Things being done to frustrate that refinery must also stop. And in addition, like I said, also the government-owned refineries, Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna,
should work.
They must work. Otherwise, it is going to be just another same old scenario when you ban the importation of certain categories of food vital to the survival of the Nigerian masses, and then you do nothing, absolutely nothing, to develop the local food industry. And what we have at best, you have rice pyramids. That the president takes selfies with those pyramids, and then those pyramids disappear. So we shouldn't have that kind of scenario again in the petroleum sector. You ban the importation of this and that at the end of the day without encouraging local production. So the government must do the needful. We as Nigerians, we must all do the needful if we want this to work, and if we indeed we want to break the stranglehold of the Americans on our economy. Not just the Americans, other nations who are in that category.
And you talked about pyramids now, appearing and disappearing. Don't forget, Air Nigeria. You know, the plane that was, it came and it went. We don't know anything. We don't see anything again. Those are some of the things that we are trying to talk about. And when computed over a full year, these ads, that amount up to 1 trillion naira, yes, adds up to a staggering, yes, I talked about that one, 973.64 billion naira, which Nigerians will ultimately bear through higher pump prices once the policy is implemented. This means food will increase.
Well, it may not last that long, and we will not have to pay that much if, like I said, we do the needful.
Needful, yes.
But court gives Nnamdi Kanu till today to defend terrorism charges, as police deploy 60,000 security personnel for Anambra election. And CBN today 650 billion naira in 1st November Treasury bill auction. On health, it says walking, swimming, cycling, the best exercise to ease knee arthritis and pain. So, Bimbo, you can go swimming to ease them that.
I don't like water. I don't like water. I don't like swimming.
And troops kills cause of terrorists in thwarted attack on Malam Fatori in Borno State. That's a good one.
And then I have here, this one says, Senate receives Tinubu's request for 1.15 trillion naira loan.
It's supposed to be a domestic loan to fix deficits in the 2025 budget. That was how they described it.
And Igbo group begs Tinubu to end Lagos demolitions. If the demolitions are done, the buildings are built the right way, they went through the right processes, they will not be demolished.
But if they are done in good faith, because some Igbos were saying that it's an anti-Igbo agenda.
Move, okay.
But then they are saying that maybe the president wants to have his pound of flesh, or the Lagos state government wants to have its pound of flesh for what they said the Igbos did during the last election. Their major sin was that, according to some people, was that they said Lagos was no man's land.
Yes.
And that they were acting with impunity during the elections. But then, as Nigerians, Bimbo, we do agree that if you are living in a certain part of the country, that you should be wary of certain acts and behavior. But then as Nigerians, they have the right to live anywhere they want.
Yes.
And then they have the right to, as long as they remain peaceful, whatever they do on another man's soil should not be seen as an affront. As long as whatever they do it peacefully. But then I don't want to believe all that. I want to think that the Lagos state government is actually doing what it feels it should be doing. Maybe those buildings, well, unfortunately, most of them might belong to Igbos. But then I think that's just a coincidence. I think they are doing what they should be doing by way of proper urban renewal.
Yes.
I know they can come to some agreement by way of compensation for those who are affected.
Yes. Now this one says, rape. United Kingdom-based Nigerian student faces deportation after jail term. It's a bad name.
All right, let's open the phone line. Our time is fast spent.
Yes, the number to call 08055009850 or 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning, Mr. John.
John calling from Oluyole.
Good to have you, sir.
On Donald Trump threatening Nigeria with military action, I don't know when last Trump attended a church service. I don't even know if he's a Christian. To have loved the Christian in Nigeria so much than the Christian in Lebanon, than the Christian in Gaza, than the Christian in Yemen, where he supplied the European version of biblical Israel ammunition to destroy. We play into their hands. We play into their hands. Well, I think if this situation is managed properly, it could be a blessing in disguise. Why am I saying this? This same Trump, when the likes of Obama refused to sell arms to Nigeria, it is this Trump that listened to us then and sell arms to us, including to Kano jet. So it's a man that can be talked to. We have some Nigerians who are very close to him, who he listens to. A country like Nigeria should have an ambassador in the U.S. But I can tell you for free that presently we don't have an ambassador yet. Because even if they have an agenda, at least our ambassador will have done one or two things before it escalates to the issue of military action. And we should blame our politicians and some of our religious leaders who will be crying to the U.S. every time that Christians are being killed. I remember vividly that this same APC that is ruling now, during Jonathan's time, they went to the United States and said the Jonathan government is watching why Christians are being killed, led by this same president, President Tinubu, to America, just because they want to unseat Jonathan dead. What goes around comes around. They should engage people like Baba Obasanjo, Ayam, Gowon, Jonathan, Abdusalam Abubakar. They should engage these people. This time is not for a baby conversation. And the government should know people that should speak and grant interview now. This is not the time to be talking anyhow. Because these people can fight you at any time without informing. I was telling a military man, an American military man, for a few days ago, he's a Nigerian serving in American army, that will you people come and face your country if they send you? He said no. One tribe to come is trying to do it. It's some target in the north. And if that happens, you know what it means? Religious war. Because the north will see it as Christians in the south inviting foreigners to hit their region. And that would not go well. The West have their plan to destroy Nigeria, but we are playing into their hands. We used to go and report to them. We used to go and tell them what is not happening. Enjoy your day, sir. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, here is, like Mr. John said, here is the same Mr. Trump that sees nothing wrong with looking the other way when that huge amount of genocide is going out against Palestinians in Gaza.
In Gaza, yes.
And he doesn't even see anything wrong with supplying the Israelis
weapons.
with weapons, with arms. Why didn't he tell the Israeli Prime Minister that he's coming there? And when the Israeli Prime Minister refused to listen, despite the fact that the truce was brokered, and they're still eating the Palestinians, still killing babies are being killed, hospitals are being destroyed, women and children, and yet he hasn't told the Israeli Prime Minister that he's bringing his Marines there to come and fight the Israelis. So let's have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I can be advised from you.
Good to have you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Amen.
Honestly, it appears to me as if we are being Christian genocide. You see, in Kotoba Kojusa, as many of us are working our tongues today, condemning the America for its intention to intervene in the issue of genocide in this country, the families of those who have lost their entire family members will be happy. When this started, they bombed churches, cathedrals, with all the congregations in Mokwa, Niger State. This money started with churches and members wiped out entirely. As of 28 September 2025, report has it that for 1,200 churches were destroyed in the past 14 years with over 50 killed. So should be addressed. Now, I read about one Oluyole. He said that, don't we? Yeah, he said when initially he read about the news of Trump in the newspaper, he wanted to ignore the outpost, but he said he remembered the saying of his fathers that when somebody mocks you, don't despair. It's only way that you can do more. He said this is what the Chinese and the Japanese teach that made them to be world leaders today. He said we should not be provoked. We encourage every Nigerian and our leaders to channel our anger into meaningful actions, calling on both leaders and citizens to embrace honesty, unity, and discipline, at least to confront the nation challenges. We should face our challenges. We really have challenges in this country. We have faith. People are killed a lot. We are still being killed. We should know that so that if we talk on we will be free to ask about it. God bless you, sir.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's also true for the Muslims too that have also been affected by this mass killings. And then here is again the same Mr. Trump that often credits Nigerians, black people generally, with very little intelligence. You said you had been encouraging us to face our problems, but at the same time, he's always, like I said, crediting us with very little intelligence to face those problems. He talks as if he said give them weapons, they will start killing themselves. He said they are only concerned about Owambe, and then the last time during the previous administration, he called our president a lifeless president.
Yes.
So he has no respect, he has no regard for us. That's the truth.
Yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's an unruly person. I don't know, he's an unruly person. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Monsura.
Monsura calling from Witanero, Gumosho.
Good to have you, man.
The joy and peace of God be with all of us in Nigeria.
Amen.
Some people say they kill Christians in Nigeria. As for me, the people that do the bad things for us in Nigeria, they did not know the Christians, they did not know the Muslims, they did not know the traditional people. But my only prayer to God Almighty Allah is that God will conquer them because they are disturbed the peace of Nigeria.
All right. So we give men to that, Monsura. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Do well to call us back. We can't hear you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
I'm Gideon calling from Mr.
Good to have you, Mr. Gidi.
Now, the DSS that was stuck, I think they demobilize them, which is, I think that's the first thing they will do. But it's good that they put their name outside, and it's good that they conceal their offense. I think they acted professionally. But I think in other sectors too, others too should be dismissed like that. We don't know what they did, we don't know whatever they do. But others too should be dismissed like that too. Now, the threat is working. Now, on the issue of Trump and others, Trump has stopped 8 wars from February till now throughout the world. That's especially Gaza what you are talking about. A peace agreement has been stopped. And it's a different set of issues what is happening in Nigeria. Terrorist attacks were carried out by Hamas. And they allowed the Israelis to deal with Hamas. Then, later, they now brought a peace agreement. And so a journalist asked Trump that what if the Hamas guys did not disarm? He said we force them to disarm. Cambodia and Philippines, border stuff. He had signed a peace agreement. He had been stopped. Stop is different from all this Obama and Biden and co. He break a threat and he acted the threat. China that was talking that is warning US now. China wanted to invade Taiwan. And in one China they should not try. China could have invaded Taiwan. But because of US, because of Trump, they could not invade. We don't that kind of a thing. So all this China is warning US. How can China warn US on their target? US is not coming to fight the Nigerian army. They are not coming to fight the Nigerian government. They said the number and the statistics are there. You know, our reality is different from your own reality. It is we that know that it's not Christian genocide. But to those people at the North Central, those people who have been killed daily, that is how they view their problem. So that is why they presented their problem. And statistics are there. The US congressmen, they saw all those things and they raised these things up. So it is like that government that we now tell Trump. It is not a Christian genocide, though. It is an terrorist organization. Please work with our government. Let us finish this people off. But instead of that, we are saying legislation. Are they hiding something? Is the government hiding something? So thank you.
Well, coming into our country without our consent, under the guise of coming to protect Christians and coming to help end Christian genocide, is fighting the government of our country. It is fighting without our consent, without any collaboration. And by the way, I've also asked this question: does Mr. Trump know the identity of those killing Christians? Does he know who exactly is coming to fight? Who exactly is he coming to do battle with? Does he know where to find them? And if he knows where to find them, why doesn't he tell us and we go looking for them ourselves?
And especially that statement coming from the War Secretary, United States War Secretary. That means war is coming to Nigeria. But I pray it will not come.
All right, we have to go. Check your time is 7:30, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba,
and my name is Bimbo Akambi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make a mobile, make it mobile, no, make it mobile, yeah. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be #1, yo. Make it mobile, no, make it mobile, yeah. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile,
make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
If person ask you say wetin be the game wey dey totori you pass, you go tell them say na better know all the time. No go dull yourself o, make you follow join for the ogbonge betting options, fast cash out, missions wey dey engaging and get welcome bonus wey fit reach